Well, hello everybody. This is Ralph, and in this video, I want to cover a topic that was actually suggested to me by a tool that I use called vidIQ. vidIQ is a tool that I use to help me come up with keywords, do better SEO for my YouTube videos, and it's got a lot of other helpful things as well. And one other function that it has is that it will suggest hot topics that you can make a video on. And the hot topic that was suggested to me by vidIQ, this one really made me smile. The perfect moment to dive into entrepreneurship. And that made me smile because there's a flawed thinking that I used to follow, that a lot of people out there still follow, that in order to get started as an entrepreneur, the moment has to be perfect. And you know what? There really is no perfect moment to get started in entrepreneurship. There is only the moment that you become ready, willing, and able to take responsibility for your own life, your own future, and you decide it's time to get started. Stop delaying. Stop waiting for the perfect time, because the perfect time never exists, I believe, for anything. And that goes with entrepreneurship. When I first got started in entrepreneurship, the timing was far less than perfect. It was a situation in which my back was against the wall. I realized that my economic situation, my geographic situation, my car was breaking down. I had to travel 120 miles round trip to go into my job, which really wasn't much work at all. I mean, it wasn't paying me much money at all. It was demanding a lot of work, but not giving me a lot of money in return. And it was keeping me just over broke. And I knew that if I lost my car, there really wasn't a whole lot I could do to, find another job to keep the job that I had going. So I decided I had to find a way, and fast, to make money from home, make money in my local community, make money online, make money from home any way I could. And the day that I decided I was going to start doing that, that's the day that all the pieces began to fall into place. But the timing was less than perfect. It was just a situation where I felt I had to do what I had to do, and I realized I couldn't put it off any longer. I had to start now. So for me, that perfect moment to dive into entrepreneurship never arrived, and I'm glad it didn't, because that's the way I used to think. A lot of people out there still think this way, that you have to wait for the economy to get better in order to launch your own home business. You have to wait. Some people think you have to wait for the economy to get worse, because you'll hear sometimes when we have a bad economy, a lot of millionaires and billionaires will say, wow, this is the time when millionaires are created. But you know what? You don't have to wait for the economy to get better. You don't have to wait for the economy to get worse. You just have to wait for your own inner attitude to shift, to allow you to think, yes, I am ready to dive in. I am ready to get started. There is no time like the present to take action. And when you become willing to take action in the now, in the present moment, then things will start to fall into place. So for me, the answer to this question, what is the perfect moment to dive into entrepreneurship? Recognize that there will be no perfect moment to dive into entrepreneurship. There will only be the time that you become ready, willing, and able to start taking responsibility for your own life, your own future, your own business, and decide, I'm going to dive in right now. And I'm going to admit I don't know everything, but I know enough to get started, and I'm going to figure the rest out as I go along. and you become willing to do that, then you start positioning yourself mentally and spiritually to be thinking, I am going to do this and no one is going to stop me. In the beginning, a lot of people, when they start their entrepreneurial journey, they start asking questions like, I'm broke. Who's going to help me? Who's going to help me get started? And you know what? There are ways that you can get started without a whole lot of money. And all you have to do is just be willing to learn, be willing to take action, be willing to, just take long-term, a long-term attitude. Some people will get into home business and they think, if I'm not wealthy, if I'm not doing well in 7 days, I'm out of here. You have to think more long-term than that. You have to be dedicated to a certain course of action and willing to stick it out until the end. So get started, be willing to start now, be willing to learn as you go, and start taking action. Quit waiting for the perfect moment, because from my own experience, that moment will never arrive. But there will come the moment in which you decide, I've waited long enough, I need to get going, and I'm willing to start that today. This is Ralph signing out. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you, vidIQ, for suggesting that topic, and we'll catch you all later. Have a great one. Bye-bye.